Hi guys, this is part 5 of the Tesla Model S review. In this part I'm going to go through some of the problems that I've had over the last 10 days, plus kind of my own little wish list of features that I wish that the car had. So first let's start with the problems. The very first problem I had with the car was actually a pretty big one. After one day, I took delivery on May 2nd, which is a Thursday, and then the car drove great on that day, and then Friday morning, May 3rd, the car wouldn't recognize either one of my keys. So I posted a link, or I basically posted my experience on the forum at teslamotors.com under forum. I'm going to post the link below so you guys can read about that. That whole experience probably takes about 10 minutes to go through just for that part. So anyway, you guys can read the link, but the short version is, the car wouldn't recognize the key. You repeatedly wouldn't recognize the key. We got it to recognize, drove it to the office, and then by Friday afternoon, you wouldn't recognize the key again. So Tesla had to send out a ranger to my office on Saturday, replaced something called a body security module, I believe, and then the car has been running great ever since. So that was problem number 1. Problem number 2 that I had was that there was a mismatch on the instrument panel where the time is. So as you can see here, on the big screen, there's a time displayed over here. And then when I first got the car, the time that's displayed over here was 2 hours in advance. So for some reason, the computer didn't link up. Yeah, and the solution to that was I had to reset the system by holding down both of these scroll wheels, of course, when the car was parked, and then the whole thing reset, and then you came back, everything was fine. So that was an easy fix. The third problem that I had was on the instrument cluster here, it was flashing tire pressure monitor system error, and then there was a little message down here that said call Tesla service. There was a problem with a tire pressure monitoring system. So I called Tesla, and while I was on the phone, basically the technician told me to pull the car over at the next stop, and then just do a visual check on the tires, and if the tires pass the visual test, I can continue to drive it. Most likely it was a sensor problem. And before the call was ended, the whole call was maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Before the call was ended, the error went away. So apparently, that was a sensor issue. I did look at the tires, everything looked fine. So I think that was a minor sensor issue with the vehicle. So those are the 3 problems that I had over the first 10 days or so of owning the car. Put about 650 miles on it now. See? Yesterday when I did the other parts, we only had 591 miles, so I drove another 60 miles yesterday. So here we are. Now, some of the things that I wish the car had, basically comparing to previous cars that I've had. The one thing that I really miss is, up here in my old Infiniti FX50, I used to have a sunglasses holder, and that's not here, which, I'm putting my sunglasses under the storage bin down here, which is no big deal, but, it would be nice if it had the sunglasses holder. It looks pretty bulky here, so they must have some stuff going on in there. I don't know why they couldn't build the sunglasses holder in there. So that's number 1. Number 2, on the doors, see, the doors are all complete. There's no storage on the doors. And that's another thing I miss from the Infiniti is I could store 4 bottles of water on the door. And here, there's no storage on either any of the doors, really. So my water bottles have to go down here. Which brings up another problem, which is this whole area is wide open, which is good if you have something large and bulky to put in here. But without any dividers or any kind of organizer here, whatever you put in here kind of slide around and fly around when you drive. So I think that is something to be changed. But Tesla is coming out with a drop-in module to drop in like an organizer module, and it really looks really nice. So I'm looking forward to getting that. Hopefully that's going to help me out here. Now, with a lot of vehicles, above the passenger door or the above every door, I think there is a little handle for grabbing the handle when when the car is traveling or whatever, for more stability for the passenger, I guess. There are no such handles in this car. There are no coat hangers on the by the back door. Usually there's a little hook above the door above the back window for the door hanger. For the coat hanger. No such thing here. These are, I mean, all of these are minor little things. I just wish that the car had. Now, on the navigation here, there's no, you can surf the web. I mean, not in navigation, but the web browser. You can go surf the web. You can go to YouTube. I mean, you can go to YouTube. It doesn't mean that you can actually watch anything off of YouTube. The car, for some reason, or I guess it's maybe intentional, to block the driver from watching movies or whatever while they're driving. There's no video, so it's going to show you this error. The Adobe Flash Player or HTML5 supported browser is required for video playback. So anyway, short story is there's no YouTube video. I wish, it's not that I'm really gonna watch YouTube while I'm driving, but I think the capability should be there, and it should be left to the driver to decide whether or not they want to watch it, or maybe play a YouTube for the backseat passengers while the car is traveling, or because there is no rear seat video entertainment system or option available for this car as either. So something to think about. It's a very simple software thing. I'm sure it can be implemented pretty easily. While we're talking about playing video, I wish the car could could be controlled by the iPhone via AirPlay. If I can AirPlay my music and video to the big screen here, that would be awesome. Then it's a perfect spot for it. And plus, because the screen is divided into two halves, you can show a video on half of it and then still access your other app on the other half. So I think that would be a really great feature to have. On the navigation system, okay, there is a history button. So it'll show you some of the previously visited places, recent searches. But I could not find an address book. Now, I've only had the car for less than 2 weeks, so I don't know if it's in there, I just haven't found it yet, or if it just doesn't have an address book. It doesn't know where home is. My wife loves that feature. Wherever she is, she just clicks home, and then the car will take her home. But in this car, she'll have to punch in the address every time. At least that's what I found so far. If you do have another way to storing an address book, please post a comment on the video and let me know. The car does have two USB connections back here. Okay, there's the auxiliary power outlet plus two USB ports. Now these USB ports can only be used to charge the phone, but not play audio or allow you to control the phone from the touch screen here. And I don't know why that is. Maybe that's just because the car isn't maybe because I don't know how to use it yet. I haven't found it, but I went through all the media sources and I couldn't find how to play the iPhone over a USB connection. There's no Wi-Fi connection in this car, so any connectivity is limited to the 3G. Right now I'm getting okay 3G, 4 bars, and but sometimes when the 3G connection is poor, the map is noticeably sluggish. I don't know how it's going to work when it's parked in the garage when I need to download a large upload or something. I guess it does it over the middle of the night, so it doesn't really matter. I have heard from talking to people over the Bluetooth connection on this car that the Bluetooth voice quality is kind of poor. Everybody tells me that there's a lot of echoing going on, so hopefully that's something that can be addressed. And then the other thing is that this home link button, my understanding is that you can only store up to 3 devices here. I wish that, I mean, this is all software, obviously, so why set a limit on it? Why not just have people put in, 5 garage doors or 10 garage doors? For example, I have a few garage doors at home. I like to be able to control all of them, and I have garage doors at the office I like to control. So, but I'm limited to 3 over here. Anyway, and then 2 other things I want to add regarding to the first problem that I described, where when the car didn't recognize the key, I had to, Tesla had to send in someone to service it. I was hoping that if I can use my iPhone as a key fob to connect to the car, that would be an awesome feature. I think the Bluetooth range on the iPhone is very, very similar to what a normal key fob is. So why can't the car and the phone talk to each other, when you're nearby, and then the door will open, you can control all of the function of the car from the phone. I mean, there's already an app on the phone that allows you to unlock the car and do some of the basic controls, and that should really be, able to act as a key fob as far as I can think of. Then, if that's not possible, maybe set up a PIN number or something here that allows the owner to start the car when the key is, having some technical issues. I was basically locked out of the car, and my wife had to come to the office to pick me up when the key was locked out. But if there's a PIN code system, that would solve that problem right then and there. Anyway, that concludes the review of the Model S after 10 days, and after I drive a little bit more, maybe after, I'm thinking of maybe a month or 3 months, if there are new features that I discover, I will record a follow-up review. Otherwise, as I've mentioned numerous times, this is an awesome car. I wish they make more cars like this on the road. If you want to get a taste for the performance and the handling and the silence while you're driving, I strongly encourage you to stop by a Tesla dealer and take a test drive. It's going to put a big smile on your face, and it's going to be worth every moment of the time that it takes you to go there and give it a try. Okay? Thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to post below, and I also read the link below for the big problem that I had, how the car died after just 1 day. Okay? Thanks for watching.